Mr. Bhattacharya, welcome to Turkey. Thanks for coming here and having a concert with us. So we have a few questions for you.
Yes.
A few interview questions. So how long have you been playing sarod? When did you start playing it for the first time?
Very difficult question. Since my father was a musician, so he decided. So when I started playing sarod, still I wonder. It is from the childhood. It is upbringing. He started me from the beginning.
Okay.
Maybe 5 years old.
What do you think which makes you successful on learning and playing the sarod?
Success is a different issue. It is that when we play for ourselves. Normally, if I am happy, I can make others happy. So I try to make myself happy. If this happiness transmit to all the listeners, it is the success. There is no pinpoint. Success means money or enjoyment. It is a very difficult question. I try to make myself happy. If the happiness transmit to the listeners, then it is success.
So you have been teaching sarod to students and who are interested in?
Yes, I do really, and I'm happy that I have not only made student, I make artist. Salim Ergen of Istanbul, he plays, and he plays it is not, he's a student, he can play his own music. That is most important. To play someone's mind and to play of your own emotions is most important. To play how good is not important. To play your own music, how beautifully. The person enjoys his music and try to make his own mind, own emotions through that notes. That is important. And I'm happy that I am not made artist, I am made teachers also.
Please inform us about the history of sarod to Indian culture.
Yes, it has been in Vedic period. We say sarod was Indian was ruled by so many rulers. So the history is being pushed backseat to pinpoint when it has started. Some replica of Indian sarod has been in the caves of Champa, that is Kachevi Veena. Veena is the origin of all the instrument. We say the Saraswati, goddess Saraswati plays Veena. Veena is the originate of all the instruments. So we find some replica of Kachevi Veena shape of sarod, but from Afghanistan, people say Rawab. It has been again reinvented, rediscovered from the instrument Rawab. So when you can express our intricacies in Indian music through vocal, we chose that instrument Rawab, and that can replicate Indian classical music, vocal music very easily. So we have developed from Rawab to bigger size so that it can be played more easily. So we have reinvented from Rawab, we can say from Rawab to sarod. Afghanistan, it has originated from. Most modern, it is a modern history.
As you know, also we have Sufis in Turkey.
Yes.
So also in India it is widespread Sufis music.
Yes, it is.
So could you tell us what sarod does sarod take place on stage with this Sufi music?
It can be arranged. It can be arranged if you give it needs time. The two persons of same level should interact with each other. Their idea, this idea. Fusion should be there, and it should be not a confusion. It should be pure fusion, and that will, if it is everybody likes, it is a success. It needs the attention of two like-minded people. Acceptance. If the person plays and that person, both if the idea should be, the idea should grow up. The idea should not grow up horizontal. It should go up vertical. Then it is we are growing up. The idea should be one thing, the other person, their idea, again the idea should grow vertically up. Not, there can be, this is a confusion, his idea, this idea, third idea, it grows this way, but the idea should go vertically up. So the person can grow up.
So what do you think the most important factors are for learning and mastering on an instrument? What would you advise the young musicians for their future studies and education?
If I know it, I could be successful. I don't know. The answer is so difficult. I mean, to be a seeker, it is not. Suppose you are doing some puja, means you are devoted to the God, Allah, or if the God is happy, still continue. If the person is not happy, God still continue to do the devotions. So you keep on practicing, playing for the happiness for the God. You are playing for the happiness of yourself to make him happy. The God, Allah, what you are called. So if he is happy, you have to play. If he is happy, puja is not over. Worship is not over. It continues. If the God is happy, we still do the devotions. If we don't know happy or not, we keep on doing the devotional work. Keep on practicing, playing. It is a lifetime. It never ends. To be a success, that is only way.
You mentioned about that the work of a musician as a devotion to God Almighty. So what are your experiences about being a successful musician and meanwhile growing spiritually? What would you advise to our audience about the relation in their musical education and spirituality?
We do worship. When a person is worshipping, that point he is a noble person. We try to keep that nobleness throughout our life. When you are playing, we are near to the God. We are not playing, we should try to be in that state of mind. This other ripple thought won't deter your state of mind. Other ripple thought won't say, if I always in that line, I will be a saint. It's so difficult. So we try to be all the time. We should be in the equilibrium. So it should be to world is in the. If you find so disturbances are there, to make yourself to be out of that disturbance, devote some time to spiritual, so that some good things. Your mind is not to that turmoils. You have to uplift. You are certain that these deterrent thoughts won't disturb you. So it is. If you can achieve that, that is a success. You can be out of the world. Be happy is the key word. To be happy all the time is the motto, aim of everyone. To be a good human is more important rather than from the music we try to be a good human.
Okay.
That is important.
We have some people, some students or musicians who are interested in Indian music, even they are a few, but they are very much interested in Indian classical music. So, for also their interest, which educational institutions or universities of India would you recommend to the young musicians?
It is always, I already told, seekers. Seekers should be the most important. To learn is not important. You be seeker, you will get it. Most important is not university, Guru Shishya Parampara, that is the Guru. The institutionalized makes a person educate. But to be an artist, to get education is not important. You can get it from the internet also, the intricacies of a rag. But every rag has its own bell. It can be from the Guru Shishya, that is from the teacher and the student. Interaction is the most important. Not only in the class, how a guru, good teachers always. You have read about the mythological Krishna. The Lord Krishna was in the ashram of Sandipani. He has to spend his being, he was an incarnation, but in his young age, he has to be with all the students in the Guru's house. Ram, Sri Ram, she was in the Vasishta's Valmiki's ashram, Vasishta's ashram. So, to be Guru Shishya Parampara is the most important to be an artist. So, people should start Sikher, should know everything. Before then, they will find, they have to find their own Guru. They say, Guru finds the students, and the students also test all the Gurus. So this is connected. Not only music, to be good vibes, good values. Music comes with all the values, good person, good values. It is the music. Then you will find a teacher, and so many artists are there. The student must choose it from them. He will get the vibrations from the person.
Have you had chance to listen to classical and folk Turkish music? Could you please tell us what kind of similarity or differences in melody, rhythm between Indian and Turkish classical music of you here?
Yes, of course, we are indebted to Turkish music. We have find that intricacies of so many Indian instrument has a lineage from Turkish. We find that micro notes, that is from, we say sari. I have seen the Kanun instrument that has 5 micro notes from sa to re, one note, but still we use only 2 or 3 to distinguish 5 notes is so difficult. We call it Shruti. We have taken this, so we are indebted that India has been invaded by so many. Babur, who was the Turk descendant, he came to India, he made India their home, and within the culture of Turk also came to India too. So we have Indian music. India is ruled by so many invasions. So we have accepted those people and accepted their culture also. So with India, we keep on progressing. We culminate, we fuse with that music, and we slowly we always try to develop ourselves. What I found in Turkish music, they're still in the ages. They are still following those old music still now. So and when here we find that we are always trying to innovate with the modern ideas. Now it has in fusion of 400 or 500 years. Now it has reached a stage. It is no more fusion. It has got a complete new shape to our own taste, modern taste. We have given liberty. Every person plays his music own way. So we try to emote our emotions through those notes. So we don't follow. It is we are the creator. We should creator and perform on the same stage. It is our motto.
Okay. Say to our audience for this Saturday concert, what would you like to?
You have heard so many good words and bad words right now. To if the person is saying good, I told them to say good things very easy. To do good things is difficult. You know very good many good things, and to go in the path of goodness is difficult. So I'm telling so many things. Let us you come and taste it. If I am enjoying or not, be the guest. It is not a program. It is a homecoming for me. It is my 5th visit to Istanbul. I don't find I am a newcomer in Istanbul. I like the scene the way I like to my audience to see the experience it. If it is they like it, it is success. Now,
Thank you for this